And we are live. Welcome back, everyone, to another Shade Selects. Happy Monday. It has been a minute. I feel like it's been over a month since we've done a Shade Selects. I know that everyone has been missing Nick, so we are going to bring him on in just a few minutes. For those of you who are new to Shade Selects, I have a co-host, Nick Kostos. He is the sports betting personality host of You Better, You Bet. So definitely check him out outside of Shade Selects when you get a chance. But for those of you who are new today as well, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Give this live a thumbs up. Be sure to leave me any comments in the box as well. What's going on, everybody who's jumping in? Hey, Kai, Julius, RX Fly Fishing, Lord Blackwood. Good to finally be up here live again, chatting with all of you. I've missed you so much, and I know that I've been MIA with the lives just because things have been extremely hectic. Nick and I's schedule have kind of been mismatched as well, but we are back into our regular Monday schedule for Shade Selects. So I'm going to bring Nick in here shortly, and we're going to go through our pickups. I know that we have kind of missed out on a few weeks, so we are definitely a little bit backed up on that. But we're going to then jump into all of the releases for this week, talk about Sneakercon a little bit, and then we're going to talk about some of the leaks that have been appearing also on social media. So again, welcome in, everyone. What's going on? Makir, Anthony, Quentin, and Sean Mabane in the house. Haven't seen you in a minute, Sean. Where you been? Hey, E. Williams. Good to see you guys all in here. So let's bring Nick into the house. What's going on, Nick?
What's up? It's great to see you again. Great to talk with you. Great to be with the great fans of Shade Selects here on ShadeTV, talking sneakers. It's summertime, great time of year, and it feels like life's getting back to normal. So I'm very happy and great to be on with you.
I feel like we were doing Shade Selects in a different season. It was like not even summer yet. So here we are in the heat of it all, the 90-degree humid temperatures of wonderful NYC.
I tell you what, though, I was out in New York City with my girlfriend this weekend, and I feel like I say this, and she makes fun of me every time we go out. I say, New York City's like getting back. Like it feels like it's back. On Friday night, down in the East Village eating dinner, New York City, I'm ready to officially declare it, is back. It feels like it did pre-pandemic. People are out. People aren't wearing masks. It is absolutely awesome.
It's alive and thrive. I sat at a bar for the first time. It felt weird, Kostos. I was like, I had to do it. I saw the bar. I saw a seat open. And I was like, I need to sit in this seat and order a drink. I don't even care what it is, but just the fact that I'm able to do it. And I did my little tap on the counter even to get the bartender's attention. It felt great. Felt real good.
And like, so like it didn't feel weird at all. Like you were back to it. People were like talking. People aren't wearing masks. Like, that's amazing. God bless.
Oh yeah, it was weird. Even the security guy at the front of the door. I was like, do I wear this? Do I not? He's like, just go on in.
Yeah, I mean, look, that's the way it is now. Look, you got vaccinated. So did I. That's why we did this, right? So we can go out and do whatever we want. So.
Exactly. So things are definitely normalizing. It's time for us to bring out the kicks that we've been waiting to show off. About time. Except when it rains like today. Brought some kicks out and it poured. And I was just like, I needed to repel those, but I didn't.
Yeah.
So, wah. The city is just strange lately. I was literally just walking home and it started raining on me, but there was no rain cloud above my head. Everyone was looking up into the sky like, where is the rain coming from? What is going on?
Yeah, the weather is definitely screwy in New York all the time. Like it was right before we came on, it was like thunderstorming and I could hear like the rain pattering on the window. Happy that it stopped. You know, we need can we get like 3 months of just sunshine, please? I feel like we as a people have earned this, please.
We have earned this. We deserve some sun and just having the opportunity to not get our sneakers ruined. Yes, most importantly. Please. What's going on, Chelsea? It's been a while. It's so good to see you all in here tonight. We're so happy to have Kostos back in here with us. We are going to just start by talking about some of our pickups in the past few weeks. I'm definitely backed up on videos, Kostos, so I would love to share some of the other shoes I have, but they have not been completed and uploaded to the YouTube channel, so we're going to have to wait till next week. I've got about 10 videos to shoot. No joke.
God bless.
I'm like, I don't even know how I'm going to finish it, but we're going to make it happen over here. So pretty exciting. Do you want to start? I know you've got some great clothing pickups that you've made purchase-wise in the past few weeks.
And also, I just want to get people's takes on this, and hopefully I'll have these ready to show off next week. So I ordered a pair of sneakers today that I've been eyeing for a really long time because, like, I have so many pairs of shoes in so many different colorways that I try to be more choosy now, especially because I spend a lot of money on clothes, so I try not to just go, like, completely insane with buying shoes because I buy so many clothes also. So I had my eye on this pair of sneakers for a long time, and I finally pulled the trigger on them. I was just looking at them, and they're different, and I find myself gravitating towards, like, different pairs of shoes now. Like, I wear the foam runners. I wear the pure slides. I wear those all the time. I wear loafers, too. So
I got them on right now. Listen, I've been rocking these.
So sick.
This was my go-to in Miami last week. I wore these everywhere. I brought them into my modeling agency, and my modeling agency kind of looked at me funny. And I was like, I know I didn't bring heels, but I brought Yeezys.
Listen, but they are like heels. And look, like I said, I'm like 5'8" on a good day. I wear those. I'm like 5'10", so that's an added bonus. So I don't know if people like these, the off-white waffle racers. That's like the silver pair. So I ordered these today. They obviously have the racing spikes on the bottom of them. They're so different, and I've really wanted them for a long time. So let me know in the comments if you like them or hate them. But yeah, I'm looking forward to showing those off next week, hopefully on the show. So I picked up a bunch of new items from the I May Lay on Door New Balance collab. I have both pairs of sneakers that I pre-ordered like a year ago and got like 2 months ago. So we got the hat here, which is like this interesting nylonish material.
That
so
looks
it's really
nice
lightweight.
for the summer. It looks breathable, really breathable.
On my birthday a couple weeks ago, I wore this to a lake. It was like 95 degrees, and I wore this hat, and I didn't sweat at all. So this is a great hat. Love the design, kind of, with all like the plants and flowers and butterflies, and the matching shirt to go with it as well. It's like this off-white cream color, same design, which I think is sick. And I'm very into like the garden aesthetic these days.
I love that.
Yeah, life in the balance, extremely comfortable. So those are my two big pickups, I guess, from like the last couple weeks.
Nice kind of floral print, but I like a lightweight hat for the summertime. I mean, it's just like necessity, because it literally, if you've not been to New York in the summertime, it can be pretty brutal out here. I'm not gonna lie, like it can be pretty brutal. Definitely love this hat that I have. I also picked up my Yankees hat in blue as well, Kostos.
Nice.
And I'm so lucky because I was freaking out. I'm not going to lie. I got it in the mail right before SneakerCon. And of course, they were cleaning our floors in my building. Okay. And they legit blocked off our mailboxes. And of course, my hat was sitting in the mailbox. I'm like, I have to leave tomorrow. When is this going to open back up? And they're like, oh, not till 10 a.m. I'm like, but my flight's at 8. So I kind of made them think that I had an emergency in the box. I was like, well, I have this really important presentation with my paperwork inside, and I need to have that. And so they got my hat out, and it fits perfectly. I don't know how I lucked out on the sizing, since obviously, like, you need to know the fit of your head. But I'm a 7 1/8, everybody. For those of you wondering what my hat size is. Wait, we have the same size head?
I have a small head. It's funny because everyone else in my family has like a gigantic head, and I have a small head. I'm a 7
Kostos, I have a small head for a girl, so that means we both have really. And your ears, are they little like mine too?
I got a little like Yoda thing going on slightly, but like not too bad. More pronounced when I was younger. But I that hat, and like that's a super breathable hat also. That's like a nylon hat as well. That blue hat.
Right.
I have the same one, obviously. I love that hat.
Lord Blackwood is saying to mix the community garden dunks with the floral print. I think that would look great actually together. I'm not gonna lie.
I've come so close so many times to pulling the trigger on that pair. I love that pair. I feel like it's like very much a fall shoe though, so maybe I'll get that for this fall. But I love that sneaker, the community garden dunks from last year.
I think you need to pull the trigger maybe. I don't know, Kostos.
So.
I think that may look fire on you.
It's weird. I have so many pairs of sneakers that in so many colorways that I feel like I've been reticent to kind of like pull the trigger and like buy like a ton of new pairs like I have in the past. I've spent more on clothes this year, but now I'm starting to get the itch, like with this pair that I just ordered, those waffle racers. Now I feel like it's time to start. I may just start going crazy again. So
it's gonna happen. Your girlfriend's gonna be like, "All right, enough is enough."
And we also go out to
There's that face.
we go out to lots of nice dinners and stuff, and we're going to Florida on vacation. So like she'll be cool with everything.
I was just out in Florida. I got stuck there because of the storm, actually. I was a little nervous because I had to be back for a shoot. My agent's like, seriously? You're going to be back by Friday, right? I was like, yeah. As I'm like getting delays on my flights are filling up. I was just like snagged the last seat out on Wednesday, knowing that there was no seats left for Thursday. So
God,
I lucked out.
For you.
I mean, because the last thing you want to do is like be in the sky in a thunderstorm. That's like not a fun situation, right? Not high on my list.
No, not on the list.
So luckily, I got back at like 4 a.m. Early in the morning. My flight was delayed 7 hours after my first flight was canceled. So just was knocking on wood. I made it home back in time. But Florida was beautiful, especially just being in the pool and the water. Nice little break from the city life.
I will be there for like 8 days in 2 weeks. So looking very much forward to it.
Well, we missed you at Sneakercon, Nick. Let me tell you.
I know. Stupid NBA playoffs.
We had a lot of fans there. Actually, one of the fans who was asking about you as well, Joker Harley. I don't know if he's in here tonight, but he actually sent me a gift, and he actually developed photos that we took at Sneakercon. So I want to show everybody what he sent and give him just a special thank you, because I really do appreciate the fan mail. For those of you who are looking to send stuff to the Shade P.O. Box, I have it listed in our description, but he sent some nice little pics over here.
That's awesome.
And he's just super positive on the back. Amazing seeing you. May you continue to strive and hope that you basically reach as high as limits as you can. So,
God bless.
Aw. And he's a big fan. So been here since the beginning. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. I do also want to kind of go through some potential giveaway gifts. So definitely in the comments, let me know. Do you guys want Funko Pops as gifts? Would you like Supreme items as gifts? Would you like a sneaker as a gift for those giveaways? But while I guess we were away, Nick, you and I have not been on Shade Select since we hit 25K, and it was our 1 year anniversary.
Onward and upward. Great things coming up.
And so he also sent some Funkos. I know I've been really bad with posting Funko videos, but we are actually going to be posting more Funko Pop videos this week, I promise. I know we've been so backed up, but he sent me some really cool Funkos. So this is a Target exclusive Joker, and it's like this crazy metallic purple.
Okay.
Pretty cool. And then he sent me an LA Comic-Con exclusive Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Oh, with the flaming head?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
That's just that's me being a comic book nerd.
Yeah, I love Ghost Rider. Definitely one of my all-time favorite superheroes. So thank you so much again, Joker Harley, for sending those Funkos over. And I promise to all my Funko fans out there, I'm sorry. I've been so bad at posting those videos, but we are going to be posting those just as much as sneakers. Our schedule is finally kind of cleared up, so we're going to get into that. But yeah, so any other pickups, Nick, or do you want me to jump into mine?
I kind of want to see what you've got cooking here. Hopefully I have my off-whites to show off next week.
All right, so actually, I wonder if I should probably start with this one because I know you're going to love this one. I haven't done a video on it, but I'm making this special since we are talking about New Balance on a regular, and I know how much you love them. But these are the DTLR collab that was done on the 992s, and this is just like such a vibrant color.
They look better in hand than they looked great in pictures. They look even better in your hand. Like that is.
I mean, look at that quality. They did such a good job on it.
I know it's not like the same exact color scheme because like the one I'm referencing has more white in it, but it's almost like the New Balance version of like the classic like infrared Air Max 1s. I think.
Yeah, that's kind of like their version of it. But the red is such a beautiful, just deep red, and it really just pops off of the black suede. Even though it's like a subtle accent, I love how subtle it is because it just really kind of melds all together, and the gray just really pops.
it's spectacular.
So definitely gonna have to wait, everybody. I'm sorry for me to put this video out, but I was pretty stoked that I was able to cop these. This is definitely a pretty rare drop. I know that a lot of people actually didn't know this was dropping. New Balance is kind of on the DL with a lot of their sneakers, and people don't realize till it's too late when these shoes come out. So I am definitely on the New Balance train, keeping an eye open every time they have these really unique collabs. And I think that DTLR did such a great job with New Balance this time around. So I'm excited to rock this new shade. It's my new infrared New Balance.
Love it. Well, you know that there's a New Balance we'll talk about a little later that I feel like might be the sneaker of the year that I will absolutely pay resale for if I have to. We can get to that later.
Oh, well, I think I have a feeling about which one it is, Kostos.
Maybe it's like something to do with like what's in this right now.
Yeah, just quite possibly. It might be. All right, so next up, this is actually one that I didn't expect to pick up, but I was a little disappointed on parts of the shoe, but in hand, it actually looks really cool. It does have that same City Market effect where it has the zipper on the tongue there. This time it's got like kind of the see-through transparent look that's going on there. But definitely a more artsy take. We've got the mushroom on the inside, which is kind of quirky and cute. But I will say a lot of people are going through the same issues as me, but do you see the way that the leather has kind of just reformed into just like a bumpy looking mess?
It does not look smooth. No.
So this is kind of problematic, and I don't know why a lot of people were having the same issue, but you know, I'm going to see if I keep it kind of jam-packed with stuffing, if it'll kind of remold itself to be
You shouldn't have to do that though.
Flat.
Like, I feel you, like you do what you got to do, but
it's a
like
little
you shouldn't
frustrating,
have to do
right?
Yeah.
But there's no way you're going to call up Nike and be like, "Hey, can I get another pair?" They're going to be like, you snooze, you lose, you know?
Yeah, they also wouldn't even pick up the phone. But yeah.
Really cool bottom on the outsole there.
That's cool. that is cool. Yeah, I like that.
It's a little different. But yeah, I mean, I will say I was just a little disappointed in how the molding on here came out. And I don't even know if it's because of the dye that they used and maybe it kind of just reformed the leather material. But I mean, it's literally fine on the outside of the shoe. This is like perfect. It's just on the inner portion. So that medial side is just, you know.
I think the blue bottoms are pretty cool.
Yeah, so it's like this. It's called the Sting Water, so it definitely has kind of that water effect going on, and I think they did a great job with that. And I think it really just pops off of the red as well.
Yeah, it's a nice shoe.
All right, so next up, I just put out a video on this one here. And these are the Sacai Blazer Lows. This came in 2 colorways. I'm still waiting on the orange, but I think that this is actually my favorite color out of the 2. Personally, I just think the green and the blue go really well together. I'm not really a green person shoe-wise, but I do like when it's kind of nicely accented. And I think
unfortunate. You know. I have like 8 pairs of green shoes. I love green.
It's a specific type of green though. Like I like a dark kind of evergreen.
That's like a Kelly green. Yeah, there are different shades of green.
But you know, like this green, if this was all over the shoe, I don't think I would be able to wear it. That's why I understand. Okay. Yeah. I can do an accent like this where it's just nice and subtle. And then, you know, obviously we've got the double swishes going on, the double laces and the double tongues that we've seen on the previous Blazers. This is just in the low form as opposed to the high form that we're used to seeing. Could have bought an empty box for $100. The mushroom's getting deformed. Yes, Lord Blackwood, that did happen.
Like Sacai does not miss, right? So like this might be my favorite Sacai Nike collab.
I love that one as well.
I know you have it also. Like, okay, so I saw the pictures of the Blazer Lows that you have, both that and the orange pair, and I was thinking like, you know, I don't know. I just think this silhouette is just so perfect for what the Sacai is, for what Sacai does with Nike. And then I saw it in hand, like I saw like another like sneaker reviewer that I follow that I'm friendly with named JD. and he reviewed them like, these are awesome. And now you've got them in hand. I can't wait to see like your videos on them. They're really cool. Like, Sakai does not miss. Like, every Sakai collab with Nike, I feel
Shitosi Abe, like, she just kills it when it comes to these collabs. She just does such a phenomenal job. I mean, she's so talented. And I just love that instead of just really swapping colors, she's really just kind of deconstructed the shoe in such a different way and made it more of an art form, you know? So I definitely think that waffle that you were holding up was probably my favorite out of the silhouettes that she's designed, but I do like pretty much everything she's done, you know, with Nike. I think she just does a phenomenal job.
No doubt. Does not miss.
What's going on, Lucy? Welcome in, everybody. For those of you who are just joining us, Kostos and I are going through all of our pickups. I know it's been a minute since we've seen you all. It's been about 3 weeks, but we are back at it, going through our cops and talking about all the shoes shortly that are about to release this week. We've got a crazy month ahead of us, Kostos.
Which is exciting.
A lot of stuff coming out. They are definitely not going to be keeping us bored. I feel like it's like a new Netflix series every week. We're just binge watching with shoes week to week. All right, so I actually just shot this shoe today. This is a 380 Alien Blue.
I saw someone wearing it this weekend in the city. Okay, so I have kind of a strong take on this and the 380 in general, where I have the peppers and I like them. I feel like the 380s are just trying to do way too much. Like, okay, I think that if you took away like the green, like dinosaur kind of like swipe there, like whatever that's trying to be there, if you took like that green out, I feel like I love it. Like, I love kind of the white and silver juxtaposed against the blue. I even like the hit of lighter blue. I don't like the green, and I understand it's part of the quote unquote alien theme. It's doing too much for me. It's too much.
You're like, take that green out.
Yeah, I don't like the green. Like this side. Yeah,
it's not as prominent, right?
Yes.
It is weird how they did it in such a different color on this side versus how different it is on this side.
Like, that's a beautiful, like, that's beautiful. Shoe. That's beautiful from the view you're holding it up at right now. That's a sneaker I would absolutely wear. But then you turn it around and you've got that green hit in there. For me, like, other people can like it, that's cool. I think it ruins the shoe. For me, that it ruins it.
Yeah, I do think that, you know, this actually still has some of that green on the outer ridge.
It's subtle, though, right?
Like, but yeah, like it's much more subtle. It's not like, hey, look at me. I don't really go with the bottom of the midsole of the shoe, but, you know, whatever. So Marius Johnson is saying that he thinks the calcite glow is the best 380 colorway.
I actually agree with that. I like the peppers because I feel like it's a great fall colorway and you can rock it with a lot of stuff in the fall, but I like the calcite glows a lot also.
Yeah, it looks like everybody's loving the calcite glows. We got one person that's got the peppers like you, Kostos. Yeah, I don't know. This is pretty similar as well to the OG Alien. So definitely for those of you who were hoping to probably get a colorway that was similar, this is actually not as close to it as I expected in hand, just because, like you said, Kostos, this green is very potent.
Yeah.
Take it over the shoe.
The aliens are sick. I feel like the aliens are one of the better 380 colorways. And I feel like if you took the green off of this and it was just this shoe without that green, I think I would probably buy it, honestly. I don't know if you or like people agree with me, but I kind of find myself now going away to a degree from stuff that's super hype that everyone wears. I'm looking for stuff that's a little different. The 380s are a little different because not a lot of people buy them. And look, you go on like StockX or other resale sites and you see like the prices for the 380s are like never really up there except for the Aliens, which is the OG pair, obviously. Mm-hmm. So like I'm kind of looking for 380s to buy. And this would be one that I actually would have wanted to buy and would have worn. But that green is such a turnoff for me. That's just me, though. Other people can like it. For me, it ruins the shoe.
Yeah. I mean, I think it just depends on, you know, what you like. I think that the green definitely gives it a little something different. So if you're looking for a shoe that, you know, is definitely unique and is going to redefine you differently than other people walking on the streets, I will say I don't see a lot of people wearing the 380s. And I do think that they've done a great job with certain colorways. So this is definitely a shoe if you're trying to look different and not copy everyone, you know, like people are always wearing 350s. You're not really going to see that kind of effect on a 380. But definitely a different color option, at least that they're giving us, you know. It's not exactly the same. All right, so that is pretty much it for what I'm going to show you, but I did pick up some other shoes I'm actually still waiting on, so I'll go through the ones that you guys can look forward to seeing hopefully next week when I have it in hand. I got the Women's Court Purple Jordan 1s, which it's a simple color scheme, but I just wanted to kind of see what it looks like in hand. I have the Inflame 700, so I know how much you love those, Kostos.
I do. I kind of want to wait.
I know.
I want to wait a couple months and get them in like August, so I have them ready for September.
So I'm excited to see how those colors kind of mesh in hand. I do like, it's like kind of like a tannish yellow on the top of that. But definitely excited to see them. I saw somebody wearing them the other day and they actually looked really great with the outfit they had pulled together. Still waiting on those bright orange Sakai's, so we'll see how those look in hand in comparison to the green version that I have. And then I actually won a raffle for the Kobe's today.
Nice.
Pretty excited to see those, since as we all know, it's running out of time in the year before we will no longer be able to cop Kobe's. How crazy is that?
I think it's so crazy that I think it's so crazy still. I can't get over the fact that he died. It's like, to me,
right?
It's like an insane thing when I think about it. Yeah, sucks.
It is insane. All right, so let me just start off here with the Nike calendar. I'm just going to pull this up here, and then we can kind of start going through the calendar. As we know, tomorrow the Ambush Dunks are finally dropping. It's like they waited the last minute, which I'm just like, okay, thanks for letting us wait the last minute to get them while everybody else has them. So let me just pull this up here. We can get a nice closer look at them. Let me see actually if I have some Dunks in. And let's put us back in here. Oops. All right. What are your thoughts on this colorway, Kostos? Do you like Ambush's collabs? Are you a fan, or is this just like blasé?
No, I definitely don't think it's blasé. I think this is like a designer shoe for $180. I think it's like an amazing deal if you can get them in retail. I used to, now I've said many, I know this isn't a Jordan, but like the Jordan Royals, I used to own the Jordan 1 Royals, and I sold them because I didn't like that colorway really. I didn't like it on the Jordan 1 silhouette. And I know this is not a Jordan, but it looks kind of similar to a Jordan 1, the Dunk High. But like this is it's elevated. Like it's sophisticated. It's next level. I think I say sometimes this is a sneaker that I think like if you walked into like Neiman Marcus and they were selling this for $500, you probably wouldn't bat an eyelash. I think it's really elevated. I think it's kind of like Michelin star. It's gorgeous. I think it's sick.
I'm going to pull out actually one of my Ambush Dunks just because the quality, literally, when you have it in hand, it is just such a difference. I mean, I get it. It's a little bit on the pricier end, but it is well worth your money. And it's
really like not that expensive compared to like it's like, I mean, like Yeezy 700s or like there's a lot of crappy Yeezys that cost more than these. And these are like, are brilliant.
I mean, you can just see on the leather quality there and the detail on these, and I have them also in that fuchsia colorway. But Yoon just does such a killer job with her collabs as well. Like, these women are just really stepping up to the plate and designing these phenomenal shoes. I mean, even the detail on the back with the ambush there, it's got that 3D effect. Again, I love when designers are really deconstructing a silhouette. They're not just keeping that silhouette, they're really just conforming it into something completely new. And this whole swoosh that kind of goes off the back, I mean, it's just really, in my opinion, thinking outside the box. So that's why I love this whole collaboration with Nike so much. I've already got it dirty, guys. Oh my God, I got to clean these. Spilling on my shoes. Like, 911, somebody help. Looks like I spilled a drink on there or something. But again, even in the fuchsia colorway, I mean, I'm not really a pink fan, but I absolutely love these. And I've gotten so many compliments on these shoes since I've had them. Need a pair of dunks for retail, please. Good luck, Evan. I hope you guys all are able to pick up a pair of shoes this week. I know it's a pretty hectic week.
Well, get one of those shitty, you know, Virgil's releasing 50 pairs of the same exact shoe, so you can probably get one of those.
I mean, listen, that is definitely a topic we should talk about. So Virgil did announced that he was going to be releasing 50 pairs. I mean, every single color looks pretty similar except for the one black pair.
It's a fucking scam. It's unbelievable.
Everybody's going to want to watch that. Everybody's going to want that black pair watched just because it's the only black pair out of the 50. I know that's going to happen. But, you know, it's kind of like he just stuck a tag on them and switched out the colors. There's no deconstruction whatsoever on the shoe. I mean, it's literally, people are saying this is one of the laziest collabs that they've honestly seen.
Yeah, it's
What are your thoughts on it?
It's a scam. It's ridiculous. It's like, yeah, let me take basically the photon dust and let me put like 50 different like sneakers and tag combinations on them. Like, what the fuck is that, man? Fucking come up with something original, dude. Bullshit.
I mean, and then it's kind of like, why 50? Like, why do you have to do 50? I'm very confused about that.
Like, I like Virgil. I think he's like a great designer. I've got a couple pairs of off-whites. I literally showed off, like, whether you like the waffle races or not, and like I think that's up for debate. Like I said, my girlfriend thinks it's the worst pair of shoes I've ever bought. Whether you like it or don't like it, there's thought behind it. Like he looked at that silhouette and he develop something. There's a thought behind it. That is art, whether you like it or dislike it. This is not art. This is McDonald's is what he's giving you right now. That's McDonald's. It's not, you're not going to like some great steakhouse to sit down for $100, you know, bone-in ribeye. That's a $2 fucking Big Mac. That's what that is. It's homogenized. It's all the same.
Like, what is going on?
That's fast. It's fast food is what it is. And there's nothing wrong with it if you like that. God bless. But that is fast food. That is not like a Michelin star. And that's what Virgil's supposed to be. The guy's the creative director for Louis Vuitton. And this guy can't put out something better than this bullshit. The photon dust, literally, with different, and he presents it like he's cracked the code or curing diseases. Like, what I'm doing is presenting this to you with different laces and a different tag. Like, motherfucker, it's the same bullshit.
You're like, this is the same thing. What is going on?
He's just capable of so much more, which tells you that it's lazy, because you've seen him do better. It's not like he's incompetent and this is his first shot and it's what he gives you. He's designed so many dope sneakers, so many dope colorways, so many dope silhouettes with Nike. So he doesn't get the benefit of the doubt. It's lazy, and we know it's lazy because he's given us something better before, and now he's not just choosing to give me, he's choosing to give you this. This is what you get. Here's 50 pairs of the same bullshit. Fuck that.
So some people are saying he's trying to kind of do the effect where, you know, Kanye once said he wanted Yeezys for all, and so he's trying to do the effect of, you know, off-white Nikes for all. Anytime they try to do that, I just personally, I mean, the resellers and everybody else, they're going to fight for that and they're going to buy them all up. So it's very hard to create a sneaker where every single person is going to get a pair. It's just not realistic. Even though they're trying to do that effect by having 50 different pairs, I still think that those are going to be extremely hard to cop. I mean, I'm going to be counting down every L that I get on the sneakers app. I'm not going to lie. I will go for all 50, but I know that it's still going to be extremely difficult to be able to cop one of those.
But you know, like what Kanye did though, like Kanye like released, like whether you like the 350s that get released a million pairs or not, they're different. Mm-hmm. Like there's thought behind it. Like I don't like a lot of them, and like I've got a bunch of 350s already, so like I'm kind of over that silhouette. But at least the colorways are different. There's some thought put into it. It would be like if Kanye released, I guess he actually kind of has done this, but if he released like 50 pairs of sneakers and they're all like kind of the same colorway, which I guess he's doing with the 500s. But anyway, like it is like at least give us something a little different with some thought behind it. That's my issue with it. There's no thought behind it. It's just like, here, fuck you.
And it's going to make a ton of money off of it. Isn't that crazy? I mean,
God bless
you know,
him.
that's what's going to happen. I mean, literally is going to make a ton of money from it. And it's just like, all right, well, c'est la vie, I guess, you know, it is what it is.
Never hate on someone for getting the bag. God bless him. I'm just not gonna contribute to his growing fortune. Not this time.
All right, so next up on the list is the New Balance 990 V3 Bodegas, here to stay. So let me pull those up. Definitely can tell that this is a high quality shoe. I mean, made in USA, always my favorite. And definitely can see that this is pretty high quality. I'm trying to look at the color options here. It's just definitely, this kind of looks like a hiking shoe to me.
Yeah, I think it's a great fall shoe, but there's hints of teal, which I think are a really nice touch on this. I think this is like a perfect fall shoe.
Definitely a perfect fall shoe. I could see myself wearing this with like lots of khaki colorways, a nice kind of canvas khaki coat. Definitely is a shoe that's, you know, something you can pair quite nicely, and it's different. I mean, but also I'm just obsessed with made in USA New Balances. Nothing beats it. I mean, they're just such high quality. I really have a hard time comparing those materials to any other brand. I mean, at certain times it's just like feeling it in hand. Even this one, I mean, oh, it's got some weight to it even.
Yeah, that's Teddy Santis's deal right now, right? The made in USA now. I think this is a great winter shoe too. I feel like that color teal, I think, is generally thought of as more of like a spring or summer colorway. I actually think that's like a winter color, like that teal. I feel like this would be a great shoe for cold weather, whether it's like more like brisk, crisp fall air or like super cold winter. I feel like
I'm definitely feeling this for a colder weather environment for sure. I don't feel like this is something I'm like, oh yeah, I'm ready for the summer in these, unless I guess I'm going out in the rugged mountains and I don't want to get my shoes messed up because I'm going to step in a bunch of dirt. Like, these shoes are definitely going to kind of hide any issues that you may have with, you know, getting them dirty soil wise. What's going on, everyone? We got some new people jumping in here. Joker Harley in the house. Just letting you know, I showed your gifts that I received in the mail, so thank you so much for sending those over and the pictures. It was so sweet, and it was such an amazing opportunity to be able to meet you at SneakerCon. I know that we are going to definitely have Nick at the next SneakerCon. He is not missing out. I'm having you block out, actually, Nick, your calendar in like 7 months.
As long as it's not during NFL season, I can definitely.
Well, I know, right?
Otherwise, I lose my job, and I kind of
exactly. We don't want that to happen. What's going on, Malia, Dub City, Fuzz Vibe, and Betty Bowser in the house. Betty, what is good? Everybody's loving your rant right now, Kostos. So, you know, if there's anything else you want to say about Virgil, speak your mind.
Oh, like, I like Virgil. Like, I literally bought a pair of off-whites today, but just like a color, like a sneaker that I think he actually put thought into. This is, like I said, it's McDonald's. Like, it's not like high class. Like, high class is not the right. It's not like, it's not elevated. It's like it's a Happy Meal. It's not a steak. That I think is the point of it.
That is true. What's going on, Rick Supreme? And gosh, we got a lot of people jumping in with us tonight. Late nighters coming in. Jay, we gotta give Joker Harley with the donation. What is going on? You've done so much. Thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate you so much, Joker Harley. Really, really appreciate all the support. You have been with the channel since day one. So it's pretty crazy to see how far we've come this year, and I can't wait to see where we're at in a year from now. It's just crazy how fast we've grown as a channel, and honestly could not have done it with each and every one of you and all of your support. It really does mean the world to the channel. And obviously Nick on our Shade Selects with us every Monday. You mean the world to the channel as well, Nick. Appreciate your opinions and your rants.
Well, it makes me think of what you said, that the Ludacris song with T.I. when he goes, I know I'm flying high, but I ain't reached my cruising altitude. Take a look at what I did and then imagine what I'm about to do. That's how I feel about you and what you're building with this channel.
All right, well, we gotta get you like actually rapping that one day. That would be so entertaining.
Flying high, but I ain't reached my cruising altitude. Take a look what I did, and then imagine what I'm about to do. The places I'm about to go, the money I'm about to see. Something. His binoculars and said, "Look out for me." I forget the next line. Something like that. Oh, give Bill Gates these binoculars and say, "Look out for me."
Oh my God, I'm dead. So we've got Vans dropping this week. And I'm looking on Supreme Community. I'm afraid, honestly, to pull anything up on that site because, as you know, you literally disappear when I pull it up. It's like everybody's like, where did Kostos go? I'm just like, I don't know. I have no
the
clue.
Bermuda Triangle of content.
I have no clue where he's gone. We got Lucy giving us another donation. Got to give Lucy a big shout out right now. But we do have a Vans drop. I mean, honestly, with Supreme, I don't like to talk necessarily about what they're dropping till kind of the day before, just because things do tend to change with them. This isn't the first time we've also seen a Vans collab. I personally, I don't wear a lot of Vans. They are, for me personally, not my favorite shoe. My feet always tend to hurt in them. I don't know what it is. I think my first pair of Vans, I had like this really bad experience with them when I was like in elementary school, and I had like the waffle bottom, and I remember I stepped in dog shit. Literally. And I was so embarrassed. Everybody was like, oh my God, do you smell that? And it was me. And I was so embarrassed. And I didn't know how to get it off, but I knew I had to get on the school bus with everybody to go back. And I was just like, oh my God, traumatized. And I just couldn't get it out of the waffle bottom. That outsole was just like ruined. So I just threw them away. And that was honestly the last Vans I ever owned.
So I like how you that is like what comes to mind when you think of Vans. The dog.
Is that terrible? I mean, it was like the most embarrassing moment because I knew
that's your life experience. That's your life experience. Nothing wrong with that. It happened, right? So
exactly. Yeah, and then, later in life in college, my coach's favorite thing to say to us when we were competing against a team was, they're basically like dog shit on your shoe that you can't clean off. And that's what we want to be to them. We want to be the dog shit that gets stuck to the bottom of their shoes.
That's kind of a weird motivation.
It's a weird motivation, right? But that was like always her go-to speech at the end of the day. And all it brought me back to was my Vans shoes. So that just continuously stuck with me through college.
And by the way, speaking of dog shit, I feel like the Supreme Vans collaboration looks like it. So there you go.
Exactly. So I'm not even going to pull up, that page right now just because I honestly know that it's going to crash on me. But next up, I'm going to bring up the Yeezy Boosts that are going to be dropping, the 350 V2 region pack. Have you gotten a chance to take a look at those?
Of course.
What are your thoughts on those?
Okay, so I actually, and I hate to say this, but I actually really like all three pairs. And now, like, I
need all three?
No, it's like, I don't know. I have a bunch of 350s already, and like, I've had so many. I've sold a couple that like I've like fallen out of love with and I stopped wearing. So I don't know. Like, am I really like, I can't buy all three. I really like all of them, honestly. I think they're
What's
all
your favorite out of the three, though? Do you like the U.S.? Are you more of a fan of the other regions?
Let me ask you, which is your favorite of the three?
I mean, I have a cloud white that kind of looks very similar. So I don't know that that's my favorite color just because I literally, like, it's very similar in color scheme. Let me actually just show you.
Yeah, it's close enough. It's close enough.
So I feel like I need to do a different color, but it's going to be impossible to get these in different regions, and so that's what I'm kind of bummed about.
Well, I mean, look, you do what you got to do. I copped the Hyperspaces. That was an Asia-only release, but I think that's literally the best 350, so I paid resale for them. You do what you got to do.
Right? Some people are saying clay is the best. I do like the clay. I think the clay is a very fresh color scheme.
It's either the clay or the ice, I would say. The ice, I mean, is sick. I think the ice is the best. I think the ice is the best one because I think that's a color, and I think I said this before also, where that color I think works all year round. I don't think that's just a hot weather shoe. I think this is also a cold weather shoe. I think this shoe actually works in the winter.
And I wear my cloud whites all the time. I mean, and it is so similar in color, so I definitely know that this is like something I can for sure match year round. And, I've gotten so many compliments on that sneaker. So definitely, I think this is a fresh look. I'm not disappointed at all that this is kind of our region that we got.
See, and I know, like, as far as like the cinders are concerned, like for me, if I'm going to wear like a brown shoe in the fall or whatever, or in the winter, I like Clarks. I'm going to wear a pair of Clarks. That's me though.
I know you're gonna wear. The Clarks are so comfortable, though. They're so comfy.
I'm a huge Clarks fan.
All right, and then there's something about this color though that I like. I don't know what it is.
It's just limiting, I feel
I also don't have a Yeezy in this color. So I feel like this is definitely something that would be different in my shoe collection. And I feel like this is one of my favorite tones personally that I like to wear clothing wise as well. Okay. So this is definitely, I think, my favorite. I think that the Mono Ice is second, but I think that the Clay is kind of one that I'm in love with.
I got a hot take for you. I don't know if it's a hot take, actually. So I actually think the Mono pair is nicer than the original Clays. Because I think the original Clays, to me, look like a pair of regular, whatever, white Yeezys that got, dyed, this, weird, saturated, orange. I don't think they're ugly. I just think they look dyed. And I think this is a cleaner... If I had to choose between the OG Clay and the Mono Clay, I would actually pick the Mono Clay.
Oh... kind of just think we have to get all three, Kostos.
I mean, I don't know.
Maybe we just need to get them all three.
I have spent so much money on clothes, and just rocked. I have so many pairs of sneakers and so many colorways, but I feel like you're talking me into now just going ham and buying a bunch of new shit.
I know. I'm like, does anybody want to give us a deal on a 3-pack? Probably going to be more expensive to buy it that way.
There's only one pair of shoes that we're going to talk about today that I absolutely must absolutely own. Well, I think we'll get to it, but that's the one that I need to walk away with.
All right. So next up, I'm going to bring up the Union 4s. So Union is doing another collab. I'm obsessed with my guavas, actually. Let me bring those down while we're talking about this. I honestly don't even know how I managed to cop these online. Yeah, I honestly went with a size 8 thinking that would be an easier size to get than my 7.5, and I guessed right. But I am obsessed with my guavas. This is completely a different take on the color scheme, which I like that they didn't really do something extremely similar to this color and the noir coloring scheme. But again, since this is going to be dropping on Union site, I think the question that they had too was what color is an orange? Orange. So definitely can expect to have some questions like that on there. Supreme also added an interesting kind of circle effect that you had to complete as well. So a lot of these websites are getting really smart with, outmaneuvering the bots. So you just kind of got to be on your toes yourself though and know what color an orange is.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's kind of self-explanatory. I don't know how drunk you'd have to be hey, what color is orange? You'd be blue.
Yes, Maris, these are going to be coming out Sunday. So definitely keep an eye out for these on the Union site.
They're cool, sure... but the original 2 pairs are better than both of these 2 pairs, though. Would you agree with that?
This is different. Yeah, I mean, I think if you're a Lakers fan, I can see why maybe you would prefer the first colorway in the back over the frontal pair, just because it's kind of got the Laker effect, in my opinion. But, definitely...
With teal though, it's not
I
know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
So let's get a closer look. But yeah, doesn't this give you a Lakers vibe or something? I just feel like it's very Lakers-ish. But yeah, the teal does kind of... It's different. I do kind of like the laces though.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a pretty ugly shoe.
It's a little different pattern there.
This one is I think is pretty nice.
The Desert Moss.
Yes.
Yeah, I think this one out of the 2 is definitely a better color variation. I don't know, the purple and the yellow, maybe they should have just stuck with that and not added the blue on there, but
it's too much. It's blah blah blah. This is a little more subtle with the main color, and then it hits you with little pops of color. Whereas I'm sorry. This looks like a 4th grader designed it.
I was just get this out of here. I don't want this.
I mean, it's horrible. And I get it.
The top
there are some elements of it.
Interesting. Yeah, do you see this?
Look, yes. I don't want to make it seem like the Union 4s are shit, because they're not. And there's a lot of cool design elements to it. I just think the colorway is absolute trash.
Yeah, I definitely think that the Noir and Guava was a better color scheme than these two variants, but I have to agree with you. I think this is definitely a better color option with kind of that just mossy kind of color. Yeah, everybody's like, Guavas are the best. What's going on, Dylan Park? Good to see you in here. But yeah, definitely going to be a hard shoe to cop nonetheless. Just because this is going to be a more limited release and that side is going to be probably trash over the weekend, but hey, we'll see if we can cop one. And again, it looks like they're giving you that option to kind of detach the back of the tongue there. So you can either leave it folded down, which I think a lot of people either hate or they love. Look at that. We've got on a nice rock there. I'm like, what do you think of that effect? At least they're getting creative with the imagery, right? It's not so bad.
It's okay.
It's okay. And then I'm sure we can expect some clothes to be dropping as well. I actually was pretty bummed because some of the clothes that they released with the collab was super fire, but it was like impossible to get anything. Absolutely impossible. All right, so now we are going to pull up some New Balances, and I think that this is what you've been talking about as kind of your go-to for the year. Is that what you said, Kostos?
It's up there. It's in the running, I would say.
Water be the guide.
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of it's almost religious in the saying. I don't know. It's like relaxing or something.
I don't know. I literally got goose.
Bembury is at it again. And you got goosebumps?
I got goosebumps listening to you just like say water. I am like, okay. Yeah. I am like absolutely, and for people out there, if you haven't seen like the hype video, which Jesse Williams is the star of, like so Bembury takes inspiration from the Havasu Falls in Arizona, which is like this piece of land in Arizona where you have like the burgundy, like the rocks and like the naturescape with like the greens and the moss juxtaposed against like this ultra lush blue from the water. It's like an absolutely gorgeous earthscape, landscape. And he created the sneaker off of it. And Water Be the Guide, I think, is like one of the coolest names of all time. I'm also like super into shit like this, super into like artsy stuff like this with a story like that. So for me, I'm a sucker for it. So I would certainly understand if like other people like aren't as into it. I think the name's super cool. The box is the single coolest sneaker box I've ever seen for people that have been posting it. And he's been reposting on his Instagram story, people opening it. The box is sick.
It's beautiful. The whole thing is beautiful.
It is actual literal art.
We got Lord Blackwood, Waterworld, starring Kevin Costner. I love that movie where he's got the gills on his body.
Yeah, that's actually one of like the worst movies ever made, like in terms of like reviews. So like this is the opposite of that.
This wouldn't have made the cut on his feet. He would have ruined these. He would have swam in them probably. So.
do you like them as much? Do you like them as much as I do?
I love these. I mean, I just think that Chalet is really, redefining the color scheme of what he chooses to put on New Balances. I think this is just refreshing and it's kind of needed. Like New Balance does kind of play it safe sometimes with very neutral colors, which I love, but I also want some variation. And I think that's why I love his collabs so much, because they're so out there in color scheme that I would never even think to put a color like that burnt orange that he put on his previous release on a New Balance. Yeah. So I love that he has kind of kept with those same accents of that orange, but he's brought in this like new wave of blue that is so different. I have not seen this kind of blue on a shoe before. And it just, it makes it more of like an art piece, I feel like, when you have this on your feet. This is definitely something to look at. I love how they styled it here. I don't know where you can buy moss pants, but this is very Seattle, by the way, this ground. There's moss everywhere in Seattle. But I love the moss pants.
Here's the other thing I really like about the shoe, and like I feel like I talk about a lot. Like I try and like I put things into like different buckets, right? Where you show a sneaker, and I'll be like, "This is a great fall shoe. I would wear this shoe in the spring. I wouldn't wear it in the winter." So like he's talked about Bembury that it's kind of like where he drew inspiration, where all the different like the orange of the grounds and like the rock formations with the green with the moss with the vibrant blue of the water. So what you have here is a sneaker that, in my humble opinion, plays all year round, where you can draw wintry concepts from this, you can draw fall from this, you can draw spring, you can draw summer. So it's an incredibly versatile shoe that I think goes all year round. And I think that kind of story behind it, and the fact that he has put purposefully warm colors with colder colors, I think elevates this to a new level, and like this becomes art that you wear. I think it might be the best sneaker of the year.
Yeah, I love a good story behind a sneaker. For those of you who know me, like, I really, truly love a good story. It just is something that you're wearing on your feet. Someone asks you about it and you have an actual story to put behind it, which is quite refreshing. And, you know, I feel like a lot of these designers lately are just kind of pumping shoes out left and right without a true or real story behind it. And it's kind of losing its impact. So I do love that New Balance is really kind of being picky with their collabs and picking really unique designers to do these collaborations with. And I think that Chalet Bembre is just definitely giving this a different vibe, a different twist. And I do like that, you know, these colors can be very form-fitting all year round, which, you know, that's what we want. It's very versatile. I mean, who wants a shoe that they can really only wear sometimes during one season? It's nice to have something that you can wear all year round.
And I'll take this a step further, and I think I've said this before on the show. If you gave me a choice for like the next like year, you can only wear releases from like Adidas, Nike, New Balance, I would choose New Balance, and I wouldn't even think twice about it.
So I was actually getting orthotics today, and I was wearing my Air Jordan 1s, you know, and they're shaking their head at me like, these are not the shoes you need to be walking in, Marissa. I'm like, I know. They're like, do you have any New Balances? Just like, yeah, actually, I have lots of New Balances. I really do. I was dead, though. They were laughing so hard at me because it was like, how are we going to put these in your shoes? Like, I don't even know what to do with these. So now I want to just jump into some of the leaks that have been kind of popping out. And one of those is actually the Billie Eilish leak that just came out. And that is the Air Jordan 1 KO Green. Where did it go? Where is my shoe? There it is.
It's a Volt colorway, basically, right?
It's very much her. I mean, if you look at her logo, which is on the front there, it's always kind of in that Volt green. So it looks like what she's done is just kind of done it all over the shoe. Yeah,
I feel like it's okay.
It's kind of like a take. I feel like it's kind of like Ambush. Yeah, with old fuchsia, but it's not the same quality, and they just switched up with a different kind of color scheme. I think that color is going to be a little bit difficult to match, you know, with a lot of different clothes. I mean, you
wear this with all black. Like, as far as I'm concerned, I would get these and I would only wear them with like a black shirt, black pants. That's it.
You remember Nickelodeon Slime? Is this the color of Slime from Nickelodeon when you would get slimed?
I feel like Slime is greener, and this has more yellow.
Greener? I think. Or it's like the Goosebump kind of green that's on the Goosebump text usually. It's kind of got that green drizzling down. I feel like it reminds me of that as well.
Yeah, but like, that's not thoughtful at all. It's like, here's a fucking all over fucking Volt colorway. Great. It's fine. It's not special.
Yeah, so she kind of just, you know, stuck with it on her color scheme, I guess, for her logo. But I'm sure it's going to do very well just because, you know, she's a pretty popular artist. But yeah, definitely not the same quality as the Ambush Dunks. But it's definitely different. Looks like a mid. It does kind of give that mid effect. We know how people feel about mids.
Yeah. Yes, we do.
And it looks like finally the Travis Scott and Fragment Jordan Highs have a new release date, which is going to be July 29th. So I know that a lot of people are pretty stoked about that collab. Obviously, it's Travis Scott, which is already hype, but now we're adding Fragment into the mix. So those are definitely going to be some highly, highly sought after difficult shoes to go for. All right. And then, of course, we've already spoken about the Virgil Abloh 50 Dunk Collection. So we'll see how that release goes and how many people are actually able to cop them. If everybody does end up getting a pair of a Dunk, that will be quite surprising. All right, everybody. So we are already hitting 10 o'clock. My gosh, time flew by. So if you have any questions for Kostos or myself, be sure to ask us now before we sign off. Also, keep an eye out for my 380 Alien Blue video that we're going to be posting either tonight or tomorrow, depending on when I get it completely edited and uploaded to YouTube, but definitely turn those notifications on if you haven't already. But if you have any questions about any of the releases that Kostos and I talked about, I obviously know what you're probably most excited about, but why don't you tell us what you're most excited about this week coming out, Kostos?
Well, the Benburys don't come out for like another 11 days, right? That's June.
So that was just a leak, yeah. So that's going to be a little bit till that comes out. But I think maybe I am impartial to Ambush Dunks just because I kind of want to complete my collection. I've got the fuchsia and the black and white, so I feel like that's definitely a must-have for me. And I know for a fact I wear it. The Bodegas, the New Balances, yeah, those are very nice. The Made in USA, that's definitely going to be a high quality shoe. You already know. So that's one thing I love about New Balance is you actually really know what you're getting when you open the box.
What pair of sneakers? I want to buy a pair of sneakers tonight now.
All right, everybody. What pair of sneakers should Nick buy tonight? Leave it in the comments. Let him know what he should purchase tonight, and hopefully we'll see that on the next Shade Selects next week.
Be honest, do you hate the off-white pair that I got? Do you think they suck?
I like those. I actually saw somebody at one of my jobs back in December, and he was wearing that same exact colorway. Obviously, the spikes, after you've worn them, they kind of wear off, but I think they looked really stylish. Yeah. That, okay, or I think people will typically just cut them off.
Well, so, that's the whole point. That's what makes the sneaker different, I think. That's why I bought them, because I like the spikes.
But I think the spikes aren't going to stay. So I think once you wear them a few times, I definitely think that those are going to rub away slowly but surely. I don't think those are going to stay on the bottom neck. You're going to have to be dainty. You're going to have to be dainty with your feet. Tippy toe.
Sell them and buy something else then. Because that's the whole point why I wanted them is for the spikes. That's disappointing. I should have probably researched that better.
So we got some Jordan Oreos, the W Tap, New Balances. They're saying you should buy the foam posits. Any of those Jordan Futures.
I don't know. Like, I'm stuck in this spot now where like I've got so many sneakers and I want to wear all of them and like I can't. So it's like I'm trying to like limit it to like I've been wearing like the same like 7 pairs all summer, and like I like it because I get all of them in the rotation. It's like I wear the foam runners and the slides all the time. So
I live in my slides,
right? So it's like I have all these sneakers that I don't wear.
I almost fell on my face today in them, though. You got to be careful when you're, walking in your slides. If you hit like a sidewalk, because in New York the sidewalks aren't even. So if you're not paying attention, you could really fall flat on your face. I'm not going to lie. I had an embarrassing catch today.
I wore them to a barbecue like 3 weeks ago, and I like stepped off like a platform and like I like did like one of these because like I came down on the side of it. So I was like, oh shit. But they look great. So.
They look great. What's up, Bogdan? He's saying he's had them for 7 months and the spikes are still there. So hey, there's hope for you. They may stay.
And I'm not going to wear them every day. Like I'm going to wear them once in a while. So I'm pumped for it.
You got the white Oreo 4s after my review. Well, good. I'm glad you guys like the white Oreos. It looks like people are a fan of the white Oreos. What do you think about those, Nick? Actually, I didn't even bring those out. Or my Jordan 3s. I totally realized that we didn't do a Shade Selects while I had these shoes, did I? Sorry, guys. Just so many shoes that came out. And it just slipped my mind that I even had these.
Those are pretty fire.
I have my white Oreos around here somewhere. They're probably somewhere around my room. Somebody asked me how I store my shoes. Literally, they were right behind my head. Did anybody point that out for me? Like your white Oreos are behind your face? I love these. I actually wore these to SneakerCon, and I think this was probably one of the most complimented shoes just because of how crisp and clean it is. It's just a very easy shoe to pair with anything. But this is what people are saying you should buy, Nick.
Okay.
I don't think that, you know, this silhouette is your favorite, but I feel like this is a color that I could see you in for sure.
I don't like look, I don't like the red on the tongue just because I feel like I would want like I like the white and gray, so the red for me is like not great, but that's just me. Not hating.
Yeah, we'll just throw some pants over it and you won't be able to even see that logo.
Yeah, I kind of like where like I'm like transitioning away from like skinny jeans now, so yeah, I'll probably start doing that.
Have the jeans to cover them up. But yeah, so maybe that'll grow on you, or maybe you'll want a rusty shade of pink here.
I do like that. I do like that. Although if I am going to get a rusty shade of pink, I'm going to get the Kith Strike New Balances. I've had my eye on those for a long time.
Yeah, so we've got a pretty hectic week this week. I know that there are probably going to be some added sneakers that are going to be dropping in the following week, so we'll have to keep everybody up to date. Nick and I are finally back with our regular schedule of Shade Selects, so I even feel like I'm even more tan than the last time I saw you, Nick. I'm like 2 shades darker.
Tans help everybody.
I got a wedding next week on a Caribbean island, so I'm going to be another shade or probably 5 shades darker when I see you. That's then awesome. Too. And then you're going to Miami, so we're going to have that Caribbean vibe going.
Yeah, wait. Excited.
All right, Nick, thanks again for joining us, not tuning in, joining us on another Shade Selects. It's been a minute, and I know everybody missed you at Sneakercon, so definitely got to let you know that like 8 people came up to me and they're like, where's Kostos? And I was just like, what? Am I nothing without my partner in crime?
Yeah, I think you probably had a better time than me doing radio interviews talking about the first round of the NBA playoffs.
All right, everyone. Thanks again for tuning in to another Shade Selects. If you haven't hit that like already, be sure to do that. Leave me any comments or questions in the description box as well if you didn't get a chance to in the comments. What's good, Jonathan, Frank, everybody who was just joining the chat. Nick and I had a blast just kind of going through our cops that we missed out on discussing for the past 3 weeks and talked a little bit about what we're going to be going for this week. Hopefully, Nick is going to pull the trigger on a shoe tonight. We'll see which one it may be. He'll have to surprise us next week, but I'm sure we'll be looking forward to how you're going to style those off-whites that you just pulled the trigger on shortly. So
no doubt. And if you let me promote, follow me on Instagram. I post like not as much as I should, but I'm getting more into it slowly.
If you have not followed at the Kostos, he is a phenomenal one when it comes to styling and being on, you know, nice rooftops, chilling, drinking a nice cocktail. You know, you really put the shoes in their elements. Let me say, Kostos, you know how to do it right. So
thank you. So my last name with the in front of it, THEKOSTOS. Follow me there.
And he's also a sports betting personality, for those of you who don't know. So you may want to just catch him on his show, You Better You Bet.
Yeah, if you're into sports, you can hit me up on Twitter at the same handle. But if not, no hard feelings.
All right, everybody. Until next week, thanks so much again for tuning in to another Shade Selects. Nick and I will see you on the next episode.
Peace.